So today we're going to be talking to Fergal and Ben, two AI technicians, one from Munster and one from Progressive Genetics. And we're going to be getting a little bit of an insight on how the breeding season is going to go. So lads, starting breeding season, everything's getting really busy. What kind of prep would you advise farmers to have now, or where do they get started getting ready for you guys to come into yard?
Well, I suppose the most important thing is to speak to all your farmers before you go to them for the start of the season, to do what we said, picking out the right bulls for them. Also, just when you've been doing it a few years, you have a route that you generally stick to, and farmers get used to you being there. But you go in and make sure that they've got their facilities right, clean. They're going to be organised on a day-to-day basis. But it sort of pretty much runs itself after doing it for a few years, isn't it?
Yeah. So lads, like farmers may be contemplating AI for the first time, haven't done it before. This is their first year. What advice would you give them to start AI? And what advice would you give them getting into it?
They shouldn't be nervous. They just make contact with their technician or their breed advisor, and it'll all roll on smoothly from that.
So guys, do you see any advantage or disadvantage in G1 bulls? Are they more popular? Are guys using more of them? And bigger bull teams, do you see a lot more lads using bigger bull teams?
Absolutely. I mean, if you put all your eggs in one basket, it's not a good idea. You want a big team of bulls, really, especially using young genomic bulls. You can lessen it with daughter-proven bulls, but what I'm finding anyway is that the majority of people will use the young genomic bulls rather than the daughter-proven. You've still got guys that insist on daughter-proven, but they're in the minority.
Well, the advantage is you're getting the young bull very quick with the high EBI figures. The disadvantage is if them figures fall on them.
And I suppose that's the secret. Using a spread of bulls and only using a few straws of G1 bulls, because we don't have any field fertility. If you use a lot of them and the field fertility isn't great, then you're going to come unstuck and you're going to lose 3 weeks.
Do you notice any new trends kind of happening, or any particular trends with your customers? Are guys focusing more on fertility, protein? What are you seeing?
Not really, because they have their breed advice done and they are going on health, fertility, solids. There's such a variation in bulls, and that's why they're using the team of bulls to suit the cows that they have in their herd.
I think they're doing a lot less Friesian now than they were 10 years ago. If they were doing a 12-week breeding season, they were doing 9 weeks Friesian and 3 weeks beef. I'm finding now, I'm sure you are as well, that it's 3 weeks, probably 3 to 4 weeks Friesian, and then onto beef.
So lads, you talked a little bit about synchronisation there when we were talking about sext. What advice would you give farmers about synchronising, and maybe the benefits? Is there any labour-saving benefits to it? What would you reckon?
Well, synchronising is very good and it's been very accurate. Stick to the programme when they talk to their vet. Stick to the programme. If they're doing their injections at 9 o'clock in the morning, keep them at the same time all along. Speak to their technician before they started. Be sure that he's on board for coming with the dates and times that suit him. And the sync has been very good. Can be very good and can be a big help towards labour down the line, because you're over in 10 days.
Just make sure on the day there's plenty of extra labour there to make it that you're actually AIing the animals at the time of day that they should be AI'd at, and it's not dragging on, and then you'll see better results. Make sure the vets know when you're coming. There's no good 3 or 4 farmers ringing you and wanting you on the 2nd of May. I find that on the cows, if you do them naturally, you'll get as good a conception rate as using conventional. The heifers, I would synchronise them.
There's different programs in the synchronisation. There's several farms that I go to, and they would AI for 5 to 6 days, and anything that hasn't cycled, they inject with estromet, after which they get from their vet, and the rest of the heifers should have cycled within 2 to 3 days after that, so they have their heifers finished within 10 days, let bulls off, and that's it. Can concentrate on their cows after that.
They like it because it's cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cheaper than the full synchronisation.
Cheaper option. It's very important to talk to your vet between the two of you, and talking to your breeding advisor technician to suggest which programme will suit you.
It's a really busy time breeding season. You're hopping in and out of yards. From a health and safety point of view, what do you guys kind of want to see on farms?
You'd like to see good holding facilities there, where the head gate is in good working order, an anti-backing bar, the cow can't come back on you, crush and holding pen just in good order, good working order. cows are being held there and you're safe.
And also, I suppose, hygiene as well. We want to be working in a clean environment. It's also better for the cows. It's got, it's far better for conception rate if everything's clean. So why not have it like that? And once you do it every day, clean it out after we've been there, it's there ready for the next day.
Yeah, and another thing, maybe not leaving a cow on her own in a pen sometimes can have them a bit freaked out, especially with a suckler cow. They don't like to be on their own.